Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and today we will sum up some of considerations that were, I would say, analyzed and mentioned on this channel recently. At the end of the day, after the analysis of last years and last decades, even especially since the end of 1990s, we have to say, without going into the exaggeration and to any strange fringe views, we have to say, beyond any doubt, that the ones who rule the world nowadays, and here I mean governments we see and as well as the governments we don't see, they really don't like people. And it doesn't matter if these people are white, black, yellow, khaki, or whoever. They don't like people at all. But as I mentioned in my last video, when I was analyzing recent vandalism incident related to Stonehenge, I just said that only groups which are not defending themselves or are very weakly defending themselves are attacked first because they are the easier target. That's it. It's not that it's only anti-white or anti-black or whatever. In general, the ones who rule us are anti-human because we see what they are doing. They would like to promote abortion in Africa and in India. They would like to promote also, as they were doing in last decades, massive mutilation of men and women and many other stuff. And their inhabitants, to very large extent, are not white. So, in general, we have enough proofs that their actions are anti-human, but the group that it's attacked the most is always the group, regardless of the color and origin, which is defending itself weakly or it's not defending itself at all. Because we see that as of now, the lowest level of open attacks are experienced by such groups, as I mentioned in my previous video, like Muslims and charismatic Christians. Why? Because they really emotionally and properly react on the attacks that are against them. That's it. This is the whole secret behind it. But especially European society, especially Western European, is completely pacified by the prosperity it experienced for last decades, that it's slowly coming to its end, and by actually slowly progressing laziness and decadence because of this materialistic prosperity and all sick gender and other ideologies that spread together with these pathologies generated by a huge materialistic prosperity. It's so simple, but at the end of the day, we should notice that governments we see and governments we don't see don't like people. We also see this manifestation in the ideas they promote, this transhumanism, posthumanism, call it as you want, but it seems, and it's obvious, that these guys and ladies are not interested in the human itself as it is. They would like to improve it, and one always wants to improve it. This what one doesn't like, or this what one hates. Because if you love something and if you love somebody, the same with things and with people, you love it as it is and you do not want to improve it. But if you are obsessively thinking about improving something, like for instance they think about improving humanity even at the cost of destroying it, it means they hate it. Philosophically, I can just tell you that such ideological background for all of these actions. Of course, there is also economical factor into it. These big corporations and their managers, but ideological basis for this way of thinking were created by neo-Marxists elite, which later developed in another branch. Some people call it postmodernism, but I still call it Marxism, because Marxism, as its previous versions, always denies the reality and wants to improve it and wants to liberate people, liberate in quotation, from their own limitations, and it always comes to its end in the disaster, because rejection of reality never works well. And now we have the culmination, I think, of the actions of green socialism that would like to change completely any aspects of human behavior, starting with sexuality and so on. And we had wars between social classes, whatever it is, races, other professional groups, and now they are pushing for war between human genders, men and women, and they are also creating non-existing subgroups just to create a mess and make conflict more turbulent and violent, let's say. So we see that these people who are ruling us, and I will remember, and I will repeat again, governments we see and as well as governments we don't see don't like us. That is why we shouldn't listen to them. We should organize in our local groups, later in larger groups, and in cases when they want to take away our freedoms or our safety, uh, we should really protest and press them. We see that they are cowards. If organized groups, as I mentioned, really protest, they do not have such things, for instance, like so-called month of pride or whatever, because they will protest and it will be hard to keep them silent. That is why the ones who are attacked are the ones who are silent. That's why we shouldn't be silent. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye.